Hello and welcome dear viewers to another insightful episode of the Hindu News Analysis. I am Ramanjanelu and today we will dive deep into most significant headlines and stories covered by the Hindu newspaper. From politics to economics, national to international, we have got it all covered for you. So grab your head notepads and get ready to stay informed and engage with world event. So let it break down into simple points for better understanding. So let's get started. So coming to article number 1, Defense Ministry asks its department to set up selfie points to showcase good work. So this article covered in page number 1. So subject, Polity and Governance. Context, Ministry of Defense Directive on setting up selfie points. Then coming to point number 1, Ministry of Defense Directive. On October 6, the Ministry of Defense issued guidelines its various departments to establish geotagged selfie points with the purpose of showcasing the achievements in the defense sector. Then point number 2, number of selfie points. The directive suggests creating at least 822 selfie points. These points may feature a photograph of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and they should provide people with a sense of involvement in defense initiative. Then point number 3, themes for selfie points. Various departments and organizations within the ministry, including Defense Public Sector Undertaking, Roads Organization, Indian Coast Guard, and more, will establish selfie points based on themes related to their achievements. Then coming to list of themes. The ministry proposed several themes for these selfie points. Theme number 1, theme number 1, Defense Public Sector Undertakings and 3 services, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat, Self-Reliant India, and theme number 2, 3 services, Sashaktikaran, Empowerment, Nari Shakti, Women Empowerment. Theme number 3, DRDO and Department of Defense Production, Research and Development and Innovation. Then theme number 4, Cantonment Boards, Ease of Living of Residents. Then coming to point number 5, location for the selfie points. These selfie points can be set up at various locations including war memorials, defense museums, transportation hubs, education institutions, tourist destinations, and public gatherings. Then coming to point number 6, feedback mechanism. The directive also recommends setting up of a feedback mechanism for users through dedicated apps, social media handles, and emails, enabling people to send their selfies. Then coming to point number 7, controversy. The directive has faced criticism from political leaders, including Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, who accused the government of using army's popularity for political purposes. So Kharge raised concerns about the promotion of government schemes in the name of army initiatives. So this is all about the first article covered in today's The Hindu newspaper. Then coming to article number 2, centralized procurement as a powerful health idea. So this article covered in page number 8. Subject, Polity and Governance. Context, centralized drug procurement in India, that is a potential game changer. So point number 1, the centralized procurement analogy. Imagine challenging a McDonald's in India with local vada pav business. The key question is whether each vada pav franchise should buy its own potatoes or if central procurement is a better option to address price and quality concerns. Then point number 2, price and quality challenges. Individual franchises negotiating with potato suppliers can lead to price inefficiencies. So additionally, differences in quality expectations could result in inconsistent product quality. Then point number 3, parallel in healthcare. The central question raised is why hospitals should be different when it comes to drug procurement. So many countries and organizations like McDonald's have adopted centralized or pooled buyer models for drug procurement to enhance efficiency and quality control. Then point number 4, government's approach. Despite these proven benefits, the Indian central government has been slow to adopt centralized procurement for schemes like the Central Government Health Scheme and then Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana and Employees State Insurance Scheme. Then point number 5, corporate hospitals experiences. Corporate hospitals chains have been proactive in direct negotiations with pharmaceutical companies, securing substantial discounts. However, patients often pay maximum retail prices for these drugs. Then point number 6, success story. A recent study on the National Cancer Grid Pooled Procurement Initiative in India demonstrated substantial savings, that is 13.2 billion rupees, through group negotiations, uniform contracts, and centralized purchase for drugs compared to individual procurement of 15.6 billion rupees. Then coming to point number 7, beyond prospects beyond cancer. The study suggests that this approach can be extended to other health systems besides cancer care, highlighting the potential for cost savings. Then point number 8, inconsistent government coverage. Inconsistent government coverage. The central government's coverage of beneficiaries under various healthcare schemes lacks consistency. The same procedure might be available under one scheme but not under others. Then coming to point number 9, role of public sector units. The government has several pharmaceutical public sector undertakings, public sector units that can provide benchmark prices and ensure healthy competition, preventing price collision by private manufacturers. Then point number 10, quality assurance. Buyers clubs can independently test supplies for better quality control, reducing reliance on the drug regulator. Then point number 11, global best practices. The centralized procurement is standard practice in many developed nations, contributing to cost savings and quality assurance. Then coming to point number 12, potential for transformation. Centralized drug procurement, also known as pooled procurement, has the potential to revolutionize India's healthcare system by reducing cost, optimizing fund allocation, and ensure the availability of life-saving drugs. So this is all about the article number 2 covered in today's Hindi newspaper. Then coming to article number 3, how synergistic barriers are affecting progress on sustainable development goals. So this article covered in page number 10. So subject, Sustainable Development Goals and Policy Implementation. Context, synergistic barriers affecting progress on Sustainable Development Goals. Point number 1, lack of progress on Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goal Summit in New York witnessed world leaders acknowledging the limited progress in achieving Sustainable Development Goals, with only 15% of the 169 targets likely to be met. Then point number 2, Sustainable Development Goals Stimulus Commitment. So world leaders committed to an annual Sustainable Development Goals stimulus of $500 billion, emphasizing their shared commitment to eradicate poverty and hunger. Then point number 3, enormous investment gap. A UN Conference on Trade and Development report in 2023 estimated a staggering investment gap of over $4 trillion in Sustainable Development Goals for developing countries, including around $2 trillion for energy transition alone. Then point number 4, interlinked nature of Sustainable Development Goals. Agenda 2030 recognized the integrated and individual nature of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals and their contribution to sustainable development. Then point number 5, synergies and trade-offs. So academic research has identified 5 types of synergies and dyssynergies in the pursuit of specific Sustainable Development Goals, involving resources allocation, enabling environments, co-benefits, cost effectiveness, and saturation limits. Then point number 6, need for synergistic action. A UN expert group report highlights the need for synergistic action and cooperation, especially in the context of climate change and Sustainable Development Goals achievement. Then point number 7, policy making challenges. Policy making processes may acknowledge interlinks among Sustainable Development Goals, but challenges can arise due to barriers, misalignment of goals, and lack of robust analysis. Then coming to point number 8, case of renewable energy in India. India's renewable energy push, while drive by energy security and climate concerns, sometimes fail to consider health benefits from lower air pollution, resulting in missed opportunities. Then point number 9, barriers and institutional analysis. Recognizing interlinks is insufficient. There is a need for thorough understanding of institutional barriers to achieving synergistic outcomes. Then point number 10, assessing and addressing barriers. Nations must assess and address the barriers identified in UN reports within their national context to promote synergistic action. Then point number 11, importance of full cost estimation. So investment decisions, particularly in the energy sector, should consider the full cost, weighing climate change vulnerability and synergistic opportunities. Then point number 12, positive impact of clean energy. So investment in clean energy options can have significant positive impacts on air pollution and public health, making such interventions more attractive. So this is all about the article number 3 in today's The Hindu newspaper. Then coming to article number 4, strengthened human rated rocket is ready for Gaganyaan. So this article covered in page number 13. Subject, Science and Tech, Space Research and India's Gaganyaan program. Context, ISRO's preparation for Gaganyaan. Point number 1, upcoming crew escape system test. ISRO is set to test its crew escape system for the Gaganyaan project on October 21st. Point number 2, mission TVD1. The test mission labeled TVD1 is uncrewed and aimed to verify if the CES, that means crew escape system, can protect astronauts in the event of launch vehicle malfunction. Then point number 3, launch vehicle for Gaganyaan. The ultimate mission in 2025 will use the launch vehicle Mark III, specially strengthened for the task. Then point number 4, human rated rocket. The launch vehicle Mark III has been reinforced and human rated with all systems and engines tested and confirmed. Then point number 5, crew module and crew escape system. The crew module is under development, but India lacks the manufacturing capability, necessitating procurement from other countries. Then point number 6, challenges in technology procurement. India saw technology from Russia, Europe and the US, but not all required elements were obtainable, leading to development of internal systems such as environmental control and life supporting system. Then point number 7, role of environmental control and life supporting system. So environmental control and life supporting system is essential for temperature control, oxygen supply, waste management and ensuring crew safety in various aspects. Then coming to point number 8, integrated vehicle health management system. So integrated vehicle health management system is under development and will autonomously detect and respond to imminent failures, ensuring crew safety. Then point number 9, extensive testing plans. So ISRO plans numerous tests including helicopter based, test vehicle based, rocket based, abort test, so unmanned test and robotic missions over the next 1.5 years. Then coming to point number 10, upcoming abort test. An abort test, a part of the extensive testing, will launch the unmanned crew module to 17 kilometers and stimulate an emergency scenario. Then point number 11, numerous of astronauts in Gaganyaan. The exact number of astronauts for the Gaganyaan mission is yet to be determined. So ISRO may start with single astronaut and expanded in subsequent missions. Then point number 12, focus on capability development. So ISRO prioritizes capability and technology development or meeting specific schedules. So the goal is to ensure the success and safety of human space flight. So this is all about the article number 4 in today's The Hindu newspaper. So coming to article number 5, Modi directs ISRO to land man on moon by 2040, work towards interplanetary missions. So this article covered in page number 13. So subject science and tech, space exploration and Indian mission program. Context India's ambitious space goals set by Prime Minister Modi. Then point number 1, Prime Minister directives. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has directed the Indian Space Research Organization to achieve ambitious space goals, including an indigenous space station by 2035 and sending an Indian astronaut to the moon by 2040. So point number 2, review of Gaganyaan mission. The directives came after a review of the progress of India's Gaganyaan mission, the nation's first manned mission to space scheduled for 2025. Then coming to point number 3, Indian Space Station. The PM Modi emphasized the need to establish an Indian space station by 2035 as a part of the India's future space ambitions. Then coming to point number 4, landing on moon. India aimed to land its first astronaut on the moon by 2040, following the success of past space initiatives including Chandrayaan 3 and Aditya L1 missions. Then coming to point number 5, interplanetary mission. PM Modi urged Indian scientists to work on interplanetary missions, including space vehicles to orbit Venus and one that will land on Mars. Then point number 6, Gaganyaan mission progress. ISRO presented the state of preparedness and technologies developed for the Gaganyaan mission during the review meeting. So a critical test of the crew escape system test vehicles is scheduled. Then point number 7, crew escape system test. A crucial test of crew escaping system test vehicle TDD1 is scheduled between 7 am and 9 am on October 21st, aiming to ensure astronaut safety in the event of an emergency. Then point number 8, roadmap for moon exploration. The Department of Space will create roadmap for moon exploration, including Chandrayaan missions, new launch vehicles, a launch pad, human-centric laboratories and related technologies. Then coming to point number 9, International Space Station. The International Space Station, currently operated by the US, Russia, Canada, Japan and European agencies, is expected to be decommissioned by 2030. Then coming to point number 10, investments and private sector. Experts highlight the need for substantial investment and private sector contributions to achieve manned moon mission and space station goals. Then coming to point number 11, new template for future space stations. So future space stations will require a different approach compared to the military space races of the past. So emphasizing international cooperation and innovation. So this is all about the article number 5 in today the Hindi newspaper. Then coming to article number 6, US China chafe at India's curbs on laptops and PC imports. So this article in page number 15. Subject Indian economy, international trade and World Trade Organization regulations. So context, concerns over India's import restrictions on laptops and computers. So coming to article number 1, concerns raised at World Trade Organization meeting. So the US, China, South Korea and Chinese Taipei expressed the concerns regarding the India's decision to impose import restrictions on laptops, personal computers and related IT hardware products. Then point number 2, World Trade Organization Committee on Market Access meeting. So these concerns were discussed during a meeting on the World Trade Organization's Committee on Market Access in Geneva. Then point number 3, impact on trade. The United States emphasized that India's decision to impose import restrictions will impact the trade in these products, including exports from the US to India. Then coming to point number 4, import restrictions imposed by India. On August 3rd, India announced import restrictions on the various IT hardware products with the goal of promoting domestic manufacturing and reducing imports, so particularly from countries like China. The new regulations are scheduled to come into effect on November 1st. So point number 5, India's stance. Commerce Secretary Sunil Bharatwal clarified that India does not intend to impose licensing requirements but will instead monitor imports. Then point number 6, South Korea's position. South Korea expressed concerns that India's proposed measures may not align with World Trade Organization rules. And point number 7, request for reconsideration. South Korea requested India to reconsider these measures and provide detailed clarification on this issue. So this is all about the article number 6 in today's The Hindu newspaper. Then coming to article number 7, Modi unveils long-term blueprints for India's maritime economy. So this article covered in page number 15. So subject Indian economy, maritime economy and infrastructure development. So context, PM Modi unveils Amrit Kal Vision 2047 for India's maritime economy. So point number 1, blueprint for maritime blue economy. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi introduced the Amrit Kal Vision 2047, a long-term blueprint for India's maritime blue economy during the Global Maritime Indian Summit 2023 in Mumbai. So point number 2, strategic initiatives. The blueprint focuses on strategic initiatives aimed at enhancing port facilities, promoting sustainable practices, and fostering global collaboration in the maritime sector. Then point number 3, role of sea routes. PM Modi emphasized the crucial role of sea routes in global trade and need for reliable global supply chain, especially in the post-pandemic world. Then coming to point number 4, the investment opportunities. He highlighted that investors have a significant opportunity to participate in this maritime development campaign, encouraging private and international investment in the sector. Then point number 5, port capacity growth. Over the last decade, India has successfully doubled the capacity of major ports, leading to improved efficiency. Then turnaround time for large vessels has been reduced to less than 24 hours from the previous 42 hours. Then coming to point number 6, foundation stone for projects. So PM Modi laid the foundation stone for projects valued at more than 23,000 crores, aligning with India's maritime blue economy objectives. So this is all about the article number 7 in today's The Hindu newspaper. So that's the wrap for today's The Hindu News analysis. I hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more daily news updates. So don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will never miss out on latest news analysis. So stay informed, stay engaged and stay curious until the next time. This is Ramanjanelu signing off. Thanks for watching and you have a wonderful day.